Hello viewers, once again I am very much pleased to meet you through this video. I am Luis Das from English Easy Luis channel. Those who are viewing it for the first time, I just would like to inform you that I have been teaching grammar and has been publishing many videos on various grammar items. And if you can subscribe my channel immediately and click the bell icon and view all my channels, you would come to know that I have released more than 40 videos. And all those videos are filled with various grammar items and explanations. And it is easy and they are easy to understand. So those who are viewing it for the first time, please subscribe my channel, inform your brothers and sisters and all those who are interested in learning grammar. Increase the viewers and go and tell them to subscribe my channel and be benefited by what I am doing. Okay guys, so in this video I have planned to continue my guidance or help to deal with the present perfect tense, because these days I have been releasing videos on tenses. We have completed so far, after the introduction on tenses, we have completed simple present tense and the present continuous tense, and we are moving today to present perfect tense. Okay, so this is the third form of the present tense there. Present tense is there, present continuous is there, and today we are going to have a look at and have a discussion on present perfect tense. Okay, now this present perfect tense is a tense by which we can understand how the third form of the verb plays an important role by making use of this tense in our day-to-day life. Why I am saying this? Because when we dealt with simple present tense, I told you that we need only verb 1 or verb adding with the s, and then in the present continuous tense, if you remember, we were adding ing to the main verb, and then prior to the main verb we have been adding auxiliary verb. Now of course, when you are writing only the verb with ing, sometimes it may confuse you with the gerund. It's a verbal noun, no? But if it is written along with the auxiliary verb, it is purely continuous tenses. It could be present continuous or past continuous or future continuous, depending upon the auxiliary verb that is added before the main verb. Okay, now what we are going to see today is present perfect tense. So remember, whenever you have the word called perfect, you must always have this in mind, the three auxiliary verbs. What are the three auxiliary verbs? Has, have, had. Okay, has, have, had. So these are the three auxiliary verbs we need to pay attention to. Now as I was telling you, we will come to rules and regulations afterwards. Once again, I am just repeating the same thing what I have been doing from the beginning when I began to teach tenses there. Now why I say this for you to remember when I am dealing with the present perfect tense is simply because we are going to use the third form of the verb from hereafter. We have dealt with the present tense and then continuous tense. Now when we come back to perfect tenses, we are going to use only the third form of the main verb. So you can never use either present tense or verb ending in ing after has, have, had. See, you must be extremely Attentive and alert by not using either the verb ending in ing or present tense verb or past tense verb. I also told you sometimes past tense verb also may confuse you with the past participle. And the past tense will remain as past tense only if it is written without any auxiliary verb prior to the before that main past tense verb. We will come back to that when we deal with past tense. Now today, remember these three auxiliary verb, because after these verbs only we are going to use the third form of the verb. Okay, now after this I have written here in order to give you an example. And the tense that we are going to deal with today, as I told you, is present perfect tense. Remember very well, present perfect tense. Present perfect. Okay, present perfect. Now let me write one or two examples on the board, like what we have been doing for the other tenses. I will write one or two examples using the tense in a sentence, and we'll see what the conclusion of a rule that we can come out with that particular example. Okay, now let me write a sentence here. I have written a letter to my friend in, say, Dubai. Okay, let's broaden our mind. Let's broaden our horizon of understanding. Why do restrict ourselves in India? We just go to foreign countries, at least remember those names. So, I have written a letter to my friend in Dubai. Or, we have prepared a delicious dinner. We have prepared a delicious dinner. Okay, we have prepared a delicious dinner. Now, look at these two examples here. You have the subject and you have the verb here, which is auxiliary verb, and then this is the main verb. Main verb written, of course, it is the third form of the verb, write. Okay, write, wrote, and written. Okay, and this is verb 1, this is verb 2, and this is verb 3. So remember, whenever you have the auxiliary verb have or has or had, you must always write the third form of the main verb. Okay, and then you have the object here. We don't have to worry too much about those information there. Okay, because we are particularly dealing with the verb in order to understand the tense properly. So let us stick to our agenda. And here in the second sentence you have the verb, subject be here, and again you have the verb have plus prepared. The prepared is actually the third form of the verb prepare. See, if you remember well, prepare is your present tense. Okay, prepared, and prepare. Now this is V1 and V2, V3. Now let's come back to the examples I told you. The same spelling you have for the past tense also, and same spelling you have for the past participle also. Now how come this is known as past tense and this is known as past participle? Typical example. Now when it is written, when this particular verb is written without any auxiliary verb prior to that verb, before this verb, it is a simple past tense. It may be ending with ed, it may be ending with T, and it may be irregular verb sometimes. If it is written alone, and that is V2, we call it. But when you find the same sort of spelling with the similar words written in past tense along with the auxiliary verb like has, have, had, and that same verb acts as past participle for those perfect tenses. That is the beauty of English. You see. That's why we call it English is a funny language. We can use a particular verb according to our usage and circumstances, the way we would like to use it, in order for us to have a better and correct understanding. See now? So this is an example. So V3. See, have prepared. So therefore, now let us come back to our main agenda. What is our main agenda? Now we are going to understand the concept. We are going to conclude a concept here, an understanding. How do you understand the meaning of the sentence? I have written a letter to my friend in Dubai. So, and we have prepared a delicious dinner. Now what do you understand from these two sentences? What do you understand? Dear friends, what is the conclusion that you can think of? Very simple. See now, I have written a letter to my friend. Now you have already written a letter and you may be waiting for a reply, but you may not wait for a reply. But that is not the problem here. You have written a letter and sincerely you may be expecting something to happen for that. Either you may be inviting or you may be waiting for your friend to call you back or to write or send a message to you. Look at this one. We have prepared a delicious dinner. So everything is ready for the dinner, for the party, and we have been waiting for the people to come and enjoy the dinner. So what is the conclusion that we can make from these two sentences is that it is an action that has begun in the past. But still it is waiting for the reply. And the action is not yet over. You may have written a letter about a month ago, or about a week ago, or about 2 days ago. Similarly, you may have prepared a delicious dinner, morning or in the afternoon. Dinner, don't confuse. Dinner is not only the meal that we have at night or evening meal. No. Dinner refers to a party or a delicious family gathering where we have all the enjoyments done together. A dinner can be eaten, or dinner can be arranged during the lunchtime also. So dinner is a party, a gathering where we enjoy. So what is the conclusion that we can make from these two sentences? Present perfect tense is used to describe an action that began in the past but not yet over. Maybe it could be similar to the present continuous tense, what we did the other day. But continuous tense is different from present perfect tense. See, and this is what the action is all about. See, and maybe see now. Maybe let me write another example here, so you may understand it better. See, for example, she has appeared. She has appeared for the interview. So she has appeared for the interview. Has appeared. So used has here, present perfect tense. So she went and appeared for the interview just a few minutes ago or just a few hours ago and waiting for the reply. So which means, what is the conclusion that we can make? Present perfect tense is used to describe an action that began in the past but waiting for a reply. Okay, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So let me rub it and we'll arrive at a first rule by which we can understand how we can understand the situation for us to use the present perfect tense. Okay guys, good. So what is the first thing that we can arrive at? What is the first tense to arrive at? And then see now. So we can write this. This is a conclusion. This tense is used to describe actions that has begun in the past. That has begun in the past. But the action is connected with the future. See, the action is connected with the future. Action is connected with the future. In the past, but the action or reply, we call it, action or reply is connected with the future. Clear? So that is the first conclusion that we can arrive at. Okay? So to describe an action or to describe actions that has begun in the past, but the result or the action or the reply is connected with the future. Now when we looked at the example, see, we have prepared a dinner. I have written a letter to my friend in Dubai. He has appeared for an interview. All those examples are yet to be completed and they are waiting for the reply. And their actions are future oriented. Clear? They are all future oriented. So this is the first conclusion that we can make, and this is the first rule that we can arrive at when we talk about or when we want to write present perfect tense. Okay guys, so let me write another example here. See, for example, our principal has arrived. A few minutes ago. Principal has arrived a few minutes ago. Our flight. Or let me change the subject here. He has, see, for example, drawn a beautiful picture. See, for example, he has completed his drawing. See, he has completed his drawing. Look at the example here. The principal has arrived, he has completed. So what is the conclusion that we can make? You have the subject here, our principal, and you have the subject here, he. See? Here, arrived, of course, the past participle verb 3. The third form of the verb for the present verb arrive. Similarly, you have complete, the present verb, and the third form of the verb complete is completed. Okay, now have a look at these two sentences and what is the conclusion that we can make? Our principal has arrived a few minutes ago. he has completed his drawing. Again, guys, very simple to understand the meaning of these sentences. This is nothing but to describe, or in other words, an action has been described that has completed just a few minutes ago or few hours ago. So that is the conclusion that we can think of. To describe actions or to describe an action that has been completed or that has ended. That has ended a few minutes ago, a while ago. Okay, so that is the conclusion that we can make. Are you clear with the examples there? Shall I write this example? Good. So we can just arrive at another concept, rule. What is the rule that we can think of here? This tense is used to describe actions. This tense is used to describe actions that has been completed a few minutes ago. Okay, few minutes ago. Very simple. A few minutes ago. So, present perfect tense is easy to understand actually. These are the two situations or circumstances by which we can understand when an action is completed a few minutes ago or a while ago, or an action that began in the past but it is waiting for the reply in the future. We must use present perfect tense. Okay guys, so this is the aspect of the present perfect tense. And remember, we are using only the third form of the verb. And as I told you at the beginning of this discussion, when we began to discuss about the present perfect tense, when you have the auxiliary verb has, have, had, you must always use the third form of the verb. Very simple. Okay guys, any difficulty to understand? No, I think you have understood it very clearly. And if you still find it a little bit difficult to understand, my video is always there for you. You can just replay it. And as I have been telling you, you have to go through and you have to read many sentences by looking at your books, by reading the newspapers, by reading the articles, and try to find out. I also told you to underline the present tense verb. I told you to underline the present continuous tense verbs. And now I am repeating the same thing. So try to identify present perfect tense verbs along with the auxiliary verb there. Okay guys, I think this is enough for this video, because as I have been telling you, we will just restrict one tense to one particular video so that it will be easy for you to understand and you can concentrate more. And of course, I am just doing this in English as well as in Tamil. So if you find it difficult to understand in English, my video in Tamil is always available there. Just go ahead and feel free and you can compare. Maybe one of the examples may vary, but only the method of explanation will differ from the medium of instruction. Okay guys, I hope you have understood from the present perfect tense very well and try to make use of it. Until then, I meet you in the next video. Bye. Thank you.